With a wide variety of coastal as well as inland adventure activities and a lively and diverse local culture, the South African city of Durban has many things going for it as a tourism destination for visitors, especially those from India. However, COVID-19 pandemic saw the proportion of foreign tourists fall from 15% in 2019 to around 3% last year. But now, Durban is seeing a pickup in foreign tourist arrivals again. Winile Mntungwa, Deputy Head of Business Support, Tourism and Markets Unit of Durban Tourism, tells India Outbound in an interview.
The international market, was about 15-16%. Obviously, in as much as it was that fraction or that proportion, but in terms of the spend, because it was coming with, international currency, that was a boost for our economy. And that is actually where we're thriving for in terms of much more international market, because as a destination, we are more, our bigger share is in the domestic market, right? So in terms of currently, it's really not been good in terms of international. We've had like a one-digit 3%, 2%, simply because of one, the lockdown, the restrictions. Yes, it's starting to pick up now. We are looking forward that as we get into the next quarter, we will be in a better shape. So for us as a destination, we are optimistic in terms of seeing the trend. The trend is growing. From the 2%, we are like sitting at about 5% now. So, and we, with the continuous interactions that we have with our international buyers, our tour operators, and our presence in the international market that we've been doing virtually, we are anticipating an increased growth, to be coming back to the destination. So in terms of the USPs for Durban, for tourists, particularly in India, first things first is to say that we pride ourselves that Durban has the biggest population, is the city with the biggest population of Indians outside, of India. We share a lot of commonalities in terms of the cultural interaction, because we've got a big ethnic group in terms of Indian, and then also the attractions. There's the Gandhi settlement that resonates with the Indians. There's the Victoria market that resonates with the Indians, the shopping as well, the type of craft that is here. And then also the cuisine, the food. I mean, here in Durban, we've got the curries, the Durban curries, but also people from India, it resonates with them in terms of coming to Durban and getting the curries from, the thing from the market, converting it into the pot, making those dishes culinary, making the biryani, making the bani chow. So those are, the commonalities that become a critical attraction. In terms of now, the unique attractions for Durban, we have one, the promenade. In terms of the longest promenade in Africa, where you can jog, you can cycle, and within there's activities like the Segway, like the rickshaw puller, which is like a unique bouncing cart that you actually have that adrenaline rush. And then down towards the South Beach, we've got a theme park, Ushaka Marine World. So it's like a water world in terms of slides that are there. And then it's got the biggest aquarium in Africa, which has got sharks. It's got other different marine, within the aquarium. And what happens is that the aquarium is right next to you. There's a culinary experience which we call dining with the sharks. So as you are sitting in a restaurant, you actually see the sharks right here, right next to you, and it's such a refreshing, experience. It's only unique to Durban. You don't find it anywhere else. The other element is that within that, you get the experience of shark, diving, shark cage diving. So if you want to hold or be up and close and personal with the sharks, you're able to get into a cage, get into the aquarium, and that on its own, it just boosts the adrenaline. And then we've got adventure attractions in terms of quite biking, zip lining that we have here in the city. And also when you go just 1.5 hours outside of Durban, we've got the safari, the big five, in terms of the elephant, the rhino, the lion. So it's actually all here, things that you don't really find in any other coastal area in terms of the big five. When you come from outside of South Africa and you want to see, get the fun experience with the true indigenous people of Durban, you go to a township in terms of experiencing the food, experiencing the music and the people, which actually give the first-hand, exciting and eye-opening experience in relation to how the Durbanites actually live. For us, that market is quite important because it's not it's a greater part of it. I think it's in the southern hemisphere. Yeah, so it's like not very far. It's like close. So that is like a market that we resonate with, and we believe that we do have what it takes for whatever that they want, the attractions that I've mentioned above. So in relation to what we are going to be offering is to continue, like we've got the new products that we have in the pipeline. We've got the Durban Eye, which is going to be changing the skyline of Durban. So that is what, again, we'd like the Indian market to be aware of. That is what we would like the message to be taken, to the Indian market. But more than anything is to say Durban still becomes the second home for Indian people, and when they come here, it's a home away from home, but it's all going to be giving them an unforgettable experience in relation to a vacation destination. From a leisure point of view, we're actually going to be focusing on the adventure, because we've got a lot of adventurous attractions, right? And that actually enables us to get people traveling in groups, and they have a longer stay because of the different attractions they would have to visit over the period, right? You cannot finish all of them in 1 or 2 days. And then the other segment in relation to business tourism is indeed the MICE, because we've got world-class facilities.